As I said, I went to Calumet School, and when I started first grade, because there was no kindergarten in those days, started first grade, my teacher was Miss Cronick, wonderful young lady. At that time, none of the teachers were married. They were not allowed to be married. So I had a wonderful time for my first year, done pretty good. Went to second year, I had a teacher who kept missing school and we kept getting substitutes. My favorite substitute was Miss Tuttle. Miss Tuttle's husband owned the brickyard in Riverdale. And she was a wonderful lady, and spent most of that second year with her. And she yelled at me, hollered at me, said I could do better. Third grade was the same. Fourth grade, wonderful teachers. Fifth grade, I got the oldest teacher in the crowd. I thought she was the meanest in the world. Turned out that she was the most wonderful of the whole bunch. She was after me, always pointing out to me that I could do better. I should be better than the rest of them. And when I went into service, she was the only one that wrote to me. Sixth grade, Miss Sanders was a little on the lax side, but still strict. Yeah, I went into seventh grade. Seventh grade, we had a swap of teachers. We had a principal, Mr. Pritchard. Now that man always had $50 in his hand. And when we went out to recess, he'd watch out the window. And if you were doing something wrong, he'd tap on the window, and you'd better be upstairs before he got to his desk. So I thought that when I get to eighth grade, boy, I know it's going to be rough. So I got to seventh grade. Seventh grade was a wonderful year. I got to be in charge of fire escapes. And fire escapes were the big tubes that came alongside the school. You swung yourself out and you came sliding out. Two people down there would catch you, stand you up, and you kept running. Well, I was lucky to be one of the catchers. So anybody that I didn't like, I forgot to catch. Boy, and they'd slide on the cinders. So they all treated me pretty well after that. Passed the eighth grade, and Mr. Pritchard. Now, Mr. Pritchard and Miss Prefigo would swap classes, so I had him in seventh. He turned out to be a total different man than the one I knew pounding the windows. I got to be his pet. So when I graduated, I was really sorry to leave that school. My only regrets is that I did not go to high school. I decided that I would go to work on the farms, help my dad, and I did work, made good money, and I became a water boy for the WPA. I made excellent money. I was making more money than my dad. And then we moved into Blue Island, and that's when Uncle Sam called me and said goodbye for a while. Came back, and things had changed a little bit, but people were the same.